LA now, I think, would really accept you in the acting world.
Yeah.
Because when we were there and you were auditioning before we got together,
I was quirky.
You were quirky, you were young, thin, like they were looking, I mean, it was LA, they were looking for like six packs and beautiful people, like soap opera stars.
Yeah.
And now...
You're saying I'm not beautiful.
I'm saying you were
really putting your foot in your mouth.
Sorry. No, you were so beautiful, you are so beautiful, but I'm just saying the quirkiness of you, the weirdness of you, I think now, and you're like, you've grown like older and you look so hot in your old age now.
I'm old age?
I'm just saying the wrong shit.
Yeah, you are. Anyway, I think we should move on. Hi. Welcome back to episode 2 of
In our living room. I was just over in the other room. Thank you for inviting me.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
So we did episode 1. That was really fun.
It was so fun. Like a lot more fun than I expected. And like it got me really excited. Like I got the bug, the podcast bug, I guess.
The podcast bug.
Yeah.
I guess it's...
I was also told that I speak with my hands a lot.
You do speak with your... I'm not sure if I use my hands a lot, but I do wiggle a lot.
Do you? That's because your back and your
my
hips.
back hurts.
Yeah. That's age.
So, okay, let's not talk about that.
Anyway, what age?
Anyway,
okay.
Back to us. Welcome to anybody who hasn't heard the first episode. You want to go back and listen to that. It's our origin story.
Yeah.
And we're going to build upon that today, talking about moving from Los Angeles to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. This is a kind of a vulnerable story of ours, moving from the life that we thought we were going to always have.
And it's one story we don't talk about a lot.
We really don't.
Like everyone that knows us, everyone knows like how we met and how we got into the field that we're in now, and when our creativity started and all that stuff. But like the move from the West Coast to the East Coast is something that we don't talk about, and we don't even talk about it within ourselves. Yeah. We don't talk about it to each other, and maybe it's a trigger.
I don't know. We'll see if we get triggered today.
If I start crying, I'm gonna be like, "This is why we don't talk about it."
So, if you have never heard of us before, we're Val White and Adam Pitsednik, and this is Anyway Back to Us, a podcast where we talk about things that matter, things that don't, but somehow, inevitably, everything comes back to us.
Yep.
So let's talk first of all about what I like to call champagnes and spills, our highs and lows of the week.
Okay.
So the champagne is a moment of your life that is absolutely sparkling, and spill is a moment of your week that maybe was not so sparkly. Do you want to start?
Sure.
All right.
I knew this was coming up. I knew this question was coming, and I cannot think of a champagne moment that is like entirely like champagne, like the expensive kind.
Last week you said it was like sparkling cider.
Mine's like this one's maybe like a $2
Do you think you have a hard time like identifying positive moments? I
think I can focus on the negative a little bit more than the positive.
Okay.
I really need to like sit with my
positive moments.
Like we say, sit with our with our ish, and focus on the good and the bad. I just, there could be like 400 amazing things that happen, and that one bad thing swoop in, and you just focus and you like emphasize it so much.
I think it's kind of human nature to do that.
Definitely, and that's something I need to work on.
Train yourself, I think everyone needs to look for the good.
Yeah. So I guess my $2 Chuck moment of the week
shout out Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, we need sponsors.
I don't win stuff often, but I put myself in a drawing.
Yes.
And I won a $50 gift card to Walmart.
Yay!
Yay! I actually won something. Like I don't even try. Like the lottery and stuff. Like I don't even like give it a shot, because I always like talk myself out. Like I'm just like, you have like a 1 in a cajillion chance of winning this. So why even bother? But I'm like, why not throw yourself out there? There's something I've learned at horse therapy, or equine therapy, that is. That if I don't put myself out there and say what I want, then I'm not going to get it. So I need to like be more aggressive, not in a bad way, but like more confident in my actions. So I did learn that. And that was one of my spills. I have a few spills this week, and I'm going to name them. First off, my spill was Well, it was a champagne moment because when we got to equine therapy, I was not awarded, but I was given the horse that I chose. We all had a choice of 4 horses. We didn't know their names. We didn't know anything about them, and we had to rate them. And I
And put your
as
favorite, the
put
one that
my
you would
favorite,
like to have.
and my number one is the one that I got, and I was so excited about that. And then I found out that my horse was named Wizard. He's 30 years old, which is the equivalency of an 85-year-old human being, which I get along with older people very well. So I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. He has no upper teeth, which I'm okay with that too. But when I got there, all he wanted to do was eat, show off to Bubbles, the girl next door.
Mm-hmm.
And he came over and greeted me once out of respect, I guess. And then he left me and then took a nap. And I was destroyed. I really wanted to just bond with that horse and be like besties. I loved him already. And I think I just found him on a bad day, or we met up on a bad day. So I have hope for next week, but I don't know what's going to go down because he's set in his ways. He's a senior citizen, no teeth, whatever. And then the other spills are literal spills. Last night, I was having carrots and ranch, and you know this, and I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but a little bit. And I had ranch in a squeezy bottle, and I cut up my carrots, and I went to squeeze the ranch, and it was clogged. So I squeezed real hard, and it exploded on me.
Yes.
But the lid didn't come off, so I screamed a bit, and you were in the bathroom pooing, and you yelled at me and said, "Oh, always something. I'm trying to look at my TikTok." Like the old senior citizen that you are, wizard. So then I cleaned myself up. I had ranch on my clothes, on my feet. I did everything all over, and I cleaned myself up.
Yeah.
So then I gave that ranch a second chance, and I squeezed it again, and the whole lid flew off, catapult, like projectile flew off, ranch everywhere. It was like an eruption. It was like an earthquake. It was horrible. Lost all the ranch that we made. I was screaming and covered in ranch, and I had to shower. Fast forward to this morning, we went to the pool for my water aerobics type situation for my arthritis. And you and I went and got our coffees as usual. And I had a nice mocha cappuccino, and you had your
Cortado.
Cortado that you're obsessed with. And within minutes, I stretched and I hit the coffee, and it flew everywhere, all over the floor, all over you, all over the towel, all over your shoes. So it was like the after.
Spills.
Yeah, it was like an earthquake and then the aftershock.
Okay, so you literally gave us 3 spills and one not even champagne. You called it a 2 buck chuck moment. So I do think that maybe you should, moving forward, try to focus on like acknowledging or noticing some positive aspects.
I
of,
do
like,
need to,
your
and you know, I
day.
need to journal that. I need to have like a little
Yeah.
paper, pen and paper, because sometimes the good things come and go, and I don't appreciate them in the moment.
Yeah.
And then I try to think of them, midweek to come up with them for my champagne moment, and I forgot about them.
Yeah.
So I need to like
And
write them
sometimes it's the
down.
smallest things.
I know it is. I know it is.
So my champagne moment this week was, well, last year we were involved with a lot of seeking out medical treatment and advice for you because we had a rough year medically for you. And I kind of was just in caregiver mode, so I hadn't really been to the doctor in a couple years. So now that you're able to be a little more autonomous and walk a little more and
Knock over stuff.
knock over things, I am able to focus a little bit more on my health and schedule some doctor's appointments and things. And I was really, really just, you know me, I can be like obsessive compulsive. I'm the first person who will.
Can be. Just say it. You are.
I can be very obsessive compulsive.
Google Doc is not a Google document. It's Google Doctor.
I am very much the doc. What is the website like? RMD.
I don't know, but you should know this by heart. It's just on speed dial for you. You don't even know the name.
It's
Google, up at all times.
I Google all health symptoms.
Yeah, about yourself and me. And
I'm like, very, very, very obsessive.
What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. Just leave me out of
it. And
this.
I will find like the worst case scenario that, like if you Google symptoms, it'll say it could just be this, but it could also be this, and I will always go to like the worst case scenario and be like, oh my god, what if I have that, or what if I'm dying because of that? So I was very, 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 you know, anxious and trepidatious about going into the doctor. First of all, because we went to LabCorp, we had my labs done, all of the things, and I couldn't get the results because the doctor had put the wrong birth date. So the birth dates didn't correspond on the charts, so I wasn't able to access them before, which the control freak that I am wanted to be able to look at the results before I went to the doctor so that I could brace myself and know what I was in for, and that didn't happen. So I'm walking into the doctor blindly, and I'm just like waiting for the results. And I was sure that I was probably pre-diabetic, and I had liver cancer and
Well, according to the
all of the symptoms that
Google
I had,
Doc.
and gallbladder. I needed gallbladder surgery and all of the things. But everything was really, really, really good. Like
Yeah,
all of the blood work was totally normal. So my champagne moment is that
you're really
I'm
healthy.
a lot healthier than I thought I was.
Yeah,
And the pain is probably that I'm experiencing is probably from scoliosis, which we already knew that I had
yeah.
for years and years. My spills moment is again on the flip side of that coin. Whenever the only negative thing that came back from my blood work
Oh,
was that I have high cholesterol, which is scary because my dad died of a heart attack.
yes, yes.
So I want to make sure that that's, controlled, and I'm taking steps to do that. But the spill is that, like, I love cheese and I love butter.
Well, you're from the
Like,
South. I mean, the
I,
butter, you put butter on everything.
yes, and like Irish butter is like the
Yeah.
best. I love all the things with all the butter and all of the cheese. I mean, like, if you give me a charcuterie board, I'm like, take all of everything else and just leave me all the cheeses. I like all the cheeses from all the places.
But if you just cut back on the cheese because you like,
It's the saturated fat you can't have. Okay, so that's my spill.
okay,
Is
yeah.
that I can't eat all of the
Yeah, we don't
things
need to
that I
talk
like
about it
to eat.
anymore just because I've been hearing about it for like the last 2 days since the doctor's appointment because you've been talking about cheese and saturated fat and
Well,
butter.
because the person that I am, I'm me, I had to come home and investigate every label, everything looking at saturated fat, finding replacements, finding substitutions. That's just how I am.
But right before you did the blood work, you did order like 6 different like random crazy cheeses from other countries.
I know.
So maybe you just spiked. It was just spiked. Maybe you should do more blood
Perhaps.
work.
Well, 3 months.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to what our topic of this week is, which is last week was our origin story, how we met, what we were doing. We were living in Los Angeles.
Yep. Yep.
And this week is about the move from Los Angeles to Florida and what prompted that move. And I mean, I easing into it, I would say that where we left off last week, living in Los Angeles, I was working at the Youth Academy of Dramatic Arts in Beverly Hills, teaching acting, singing, dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You were working for a company.
We can
They had
say
sent you to
Japan. I was working for
Japan.
BB. No
You're doing
longer.
all the
No
things.
longer has like a
I
lot of
mean, we
stores.
really did see ourselves staying in Los Angeles probably for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, we were like at the top of our game. I felt, and then the rug got pulled out from under
The
us.
rug did get pulled out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess I got fired out of nowhere. I
you
came
did,
back
and you had just gone to
I
Japan.
came back from Japan. I got asked to go to corporate, which I went to corporate a lot, and they knew me. And I thought it was just like a routine, like check in with Japan. What happened in Japan? Here's all my receipts. You owe me this, this, this. And I guess someone had like made up something or something behind my back while I was gone, and they believed him. But I just made too much money to. They thought they could replace me. Let's just say that, and I got fired, and that was like the biggest shock because it was my life. I had given up college. I had worked there for 11 years straight. I had moved my way up in this company. I was really good friends with the owner and his girlfriend. It was my life. And I had dedicated my life. Like I put my life on hold to make sure that this company was like the best. And I did show up
You were
for them.
committed,
I
yeah.
was committed.
Coinciding with that trauma, I was dealing with trauma of my own because my grandmother had passed away. I was very,
While I was in Japan,
while you were in Japan,
you went
I
to
was
the
very
funeral.
lucky to be able to go to Florida to see her before she passed away. I was able to see her, and she was not talking. But there was that recognition, like she knew who I was, and she passed very shortly after that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was just kind of like that moment I felt like she was
She waited for
waiting
you.
for me.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like I felt like, you know, we had been at odds for
You and your grandma.
for a while, because I grew up in the South, very conservative family, very Christian family. We were at church every time the doors were open.
Yeah.
You know, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday nights,
Ugh.
youth groups on Tuesdays.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the church was very central. And so when I came out, it was not a great thing. Also, not even just coming out, but coming out after having been married to a woman, having a child.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just a coming out story. It was also a breakup story
With religion,
and
faith,
all of those things.
and your wife.
So my grandmother and I were extremely close when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the coming out, it was it wasn't. So our relationship had been strained for quite a while, and it was really nice for me to have that moment of just coming back together before she passed. Because it felt like there was resolution.
So you were dealing with that with Nanny.
We moved back. My mom, on the same trip that I had gone to Florida, found out that her husband had been cheating on her. She was beside herself. She was planning to move to Los Angeles with us.
Yeah, I know.
You lost your job. I lost my job around the same time. I had left the youth academy. I was working for a lady doing a podcast. I lost that job. You lost your job. I lost my grandmother. My mom was thinking of moving out. And a month to the day that my grandmother died, we got a call that my mom had committed suicide. And so that was just, I feel like, a breaking point for both of us.
Yeah.
And we were like,
we need to start over.
Let's just get out of here and have a reset. And not, it felt like a lot. It felt like a whole lot. And it felt like there was no one there. We didn't have family, either one of us, in Los Angeles. And a lot had happened. I had a minor child in Florida, and who had just lost not only their grandmother but great grandmother.
And they were close to both of them.
To both.
Extremely close. Yeah.
And I felt like, let's move back and be close to my kid and my family there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we decided to do. We decided to pack up everything.
Nope. We did not pack up everything, because I, at that time in my life, did not like to pack up everything. I just left half the shit.
Well, we brought your mom and her boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And they did most of the packing, to be fair.
Yes, but we did leave a few things.
We left a lot of...
We left a garage full of amazing stuff.
We left a lot of the Martha Stewart Christmas decorations that we had.
You still bring those up. That was like 14 years ago.
I can give you a list of probably all the things we left.
There was a hutch that we had like nailed into the wall because it didn't stay up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and your mom and you had like decorated the place. So, what we did bring was our cat Sanchez and our dog Max.
We did.
And Max was a basset hound, and Sanchez was Dirty Sanchez.
Well, he was found on the streets of Los Angeles. He was found on the streets
of East LA by my ex, and my ex brought him home, and I didn't want a pet, and I fell in love with the cat, got rid of the ex, got you, and...
Yeah, the ex that we talk about in episode 1, if you want to go back and listen to that.
That's enough about
ex. Speaking of exes, my ex, her fiance Kevin came out.
Yeah, he flew out
to help us move. We packed up all of the things we brought, not everything, and
went up north because I'm originally from Central California, and
spent a little time with your family.
Yeah,
and then started the drive back with a full, what was it, a Yukon?
A Yukon full of stuff.
And
a cat and a dog at our feet.
And I was in the front seat. Kevin was driving for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Max, our basset hound, was under my feet. Sanchez was in a cat carrier.
With me in the back.
With you in the back. I think at one point Sanchez... Okay, let's talk about the drive. The drive, wow.
Okay, it was kind of a daze. Like, that whole time was a daze because I had just gotten fired. We had just lost your mama. And I was drinking a lot. Like, I was trying to numb the heck out of my life. And that's something that I look back on. I'm just like, I should have like.
Well, to be fair,
sat
I
with
think that
it.
every exit that we not only would get off of the road to go to the restroom, we would also coincide that there would be some place to get a drink. So we had to have a bathroom and a bar.
Yeah. So I remember the first night we made it to, I think, Arizona or New Mexico.
It was Arizona.
And we turned the corner, or Kevin turned the corner, and it was pitch black. And in the middle of the road, there was big, huge elk.
Yes.
It was amazing.
They were
I don't
gorgeous.
remember where we stayed that night.
I don't either. It was some hotel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And then the next morning, we got into New Mexico and got some gas, and it was so hot. And we met a yogi that was on a bicycle.
Yes, up, and he was bicycling through the mountains.
Like miles and miles and miles. And it was like 107 degrees. And I'm like, how is he doing this? But we made friends with him at the gas pump.
We did.
I don't know why he was at the gas pump. He had a bike. And then I think the drive was getting to us because we went to Texas.
Well, before that, we were going through the desert. Like, it was somewhere in
Desert?
Arizona. Yeah, like...
There's a T. Desert.
Desert. It was a sock tee.
All right, continue.
It was somewhere in, like, Arizona or New Mexico or somewhere where the tumbleweeds, like, I remember, like, we would be driving and it was so dry and, like, you could see dust.
Like spiraling into like little tornadoes.
Little dust storm things. Yeah, and tumbleweeds, like, all flitting across the road.
Yeah.
It was very like a
Old
movie.
West.
It felt like a movie.
John Wayne.
Yeah, and you just felt dry.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was just so dry and dirty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember that Sanchez, our cat, threw up on you.
Oh, through the cage.
Projectile vomited.
Projectile vomited on me, and I think like I tried to I just opened the door and like it was reaction.
It was
like we were driving, and I remember opening the door and like trying to jump out.
I mean, another factor to making it feel like a movie. It was insane, and then we had to stop so we could clean you up, clean up the cat carrier, clean him up. We let him out. He ran off. We were
in like Texas. I think it was like early parts of Texas.
It might have been, but I just remember that it was like out in the middle of nowhere in this big field that was across from what looked to be an abandoned gas station. It really felt so cinematic.
It felt like the hills have eyes. It was scary.
It was
the cat
really
was like ready to leave me.
And that was not the only situation that we had with animals, because I remember going to sleep and waking up to our dog Max had diarrhea all over my feet, all over my shoes, all over the floorboard.
I know.
And we had to stop then and clean all of that up. But then we went to I mean, good Lord.
I know, and we were like at our wits' end, and we were drinking the entirety of the trip
all the time.
And you and I started bickering. And I remember we were in Texas, somewhere in Texas, and Kevin went into Circle K to get something to drink, like a Powerade or something like that. And we had gotten out to stretch our legs, and we started yelling and fighting, and people started like coming around and viewing this fight.
Yeah, as
and
they do.
You, out of nowhere, just punched me in the face.
No, in the head.
In the head. That's my face?
Like on top of your head.
No, it was my forehead.
Okay.
Like you punched me. And Kevin had to come get you, pick you up, because Kevin's a big guy.
Yeah.
Pick you up, throw you in the Tahoe, and then I had to cool off outside. There were onlookers everywhere. We need to make a film.
And then, but I do remember that very shortly after that, we pulled off the side of the road for whatever reason. And there was a place, it was like a big, huge gas station that had like a casino built into it. Do you remember this?
Kinda.
And they had like slot machines.
I think I had a concussion at that time, so
they
I don't
had
remember
slot
this.
machines. They had card game, like the card pushy games, like the screens that you push.
Was it like a real casino, or was
no,
it just
it was like
a
one
little...
of those gaming things.
Oh, okay,
know?
like the places your dad used to go.
But it was definitely decked out, like it was like decorated to feel like
because gambling isn't legal in Texas.
but like a casino from like the 1970s.
Ooh.
It was very. You don't remember this?
No.
And we were sitting there at the bar enjoying ourselves.
Oh, I remember the bar.
And Kevin came in and was like, because it was literally like 20 minutes before that we were in this huge fight. And then he comes in to find us at this casino. I think he was just going to get gas, and we had, put down roots at the casino. And
I applied.
And we were, we were totally like having fun. And he's like, "Are you guys okay?" And we're like, "Yeah."
That's how we are.
This is great.
We get over stuff so easily.
Yeah,
like, life is life. Like, it happens. And if you let it build up and you don't, like, let it out, then it's just going to fester into something worse. So yours just came like a fury of punches, and I just took it and said, "Okay, buy me a drink."
And then we started flirting again. Let's see, what's on our notes? Do you think that when we got to Florida, it was our expectation met the reality?
Hell no.
No, I think that it was going to be we thought it was going to be like a quick reset, or that we were going to...
I thought we were big fish in LA already. We were successful.
Yeah.
So I thought we were going to be even bigger fish in a small pond going back to Florida. And we moved to an area that didn't really have jobs that were fashion or acting or anything like that. So we kind of found ourselves in a crossroads, which was...
We had to, and I know that you don't like this word, but we had to pivot.
I don't like the word because it was overused in 2020, but I've adopted it because not everyone uses it now.
It's like me, I didn't like the word journey, but I'm embracing it now. Uh-huh. Yeah, we did. We had to pivot and go from... We really just kind of hit even more of a rock bottom. I felt like we thought that we were at rock bottom, but the very next year, my dad died. My other grandmother died.
Your brother,
my
stepbrother died.
Brother died. My my final only living grandparent died in a short amount of time, and it was very much a rock bottom. And that's when our life started to shift in a direction where we never really saw. I don't think I ever saw myself being in the self-help world or being a life coach or creating programs that were transformational life programs.
No. And I always did, like when I was a little kid, I drew all the time. Like, I loved art. I won art contests. Like in first grade, there was this competition, and I think the theme was something to do with the dentist. And I drew like a person working on a little girl's teeth and the beautiful tooth fairy. And I won the whole thing. And I won a beanie bag ET doll.
I had one of those.
Yeah, well, I won it. And I had the whole future ahead of me. But my great-grandparents would tell me that artists don't make money until they die. So when I went to college, I was undecided, or I was like a business major. But really my true passion was fashion and art, and I was always kind of pushed to not do that. And like one thing that you discussed earlier, you said that like your grandmother and your relationship wasn't the same after you came out.
Yeah.
Well, my great-grandmother Maxine and my great-grandfather Bob, they were my mother and father pretty much, because I lost my dad when I was really young. And they were like my best friends, and I never got to come out to them, even though I wanted to, because some family members told me that they were older, they wouldn't accept it, and they didn't want, and I understand that. Like, I didn't want to lose them. So, but they knew you. You were my roommate. We lived in a 1-bedroom bungalow. I mean, how poor did they think we were? We were roommates in a 1-bedroom bungalow. And they loved you so much. They met your mom. Your mom was at Thanksgiving.
I think they knew.
I think they knew as well.
You didn't have to tell them.
No, but because my grandparents told me that art would never come up anything.
Yeah.
But right around the time when you were making these courses and becoming this life coach and all these like things you didn't foresee, you pushed me into art. You made me come back to the thing that brought me joy when I was a kid that I had pushed down for so long. And now I'm an artist. Look at me.
Oh, look at you.
I know.
And it all started with a move from Los Angeles, because I don't think we would be where we are now if we had stayed in Los Angeles.
No, I think we would have been hustling the whole time, working our 11 to 12 hour days, because there's no time to rest in LA unless you're like
and
Nepo baby.
Honestly, I wouldn't want to be in the LA that is LA now.
No, me neither. But one thing I do regret.
It was a totally different LA at the time.
The LA now, I think, would really accept you in the acting world.
Yeah.
Because when we were there and you were auditioning before we got
I was
together,
quirky.
you were quirky, you were young, thin, like they were looking, I mean, it was LA, they were looking for like six packs and beautiful people, like soap opera stars.
Yeah.
And now
You're saying I'm not beautiful.
I'm saying you are
really putting your foot in your mouth.
Sorry. No, you were so beautiful. You are so beautiful. But I'm just saying the quirkiness of you, the weirdness of you. I think now, and you're like you've grown like older, and you look so hot in your old age now.
I'm old age.
I'm just saying the wrong shit.
Yeah, you are. Anyway, I think we should move on.
You would get a lot of
the next
acting
segment.
gigs.
So we have next segment is the dopamine hit, which is where we talk about something we're obsessed with. This outline that we have here asks us for to list something unexpected that we're grateful for from the move. I think we've already covered that because it's like, we wouldn't be where we are now.
Yeah.
Doing the things we are now. I mean, honestly, I would have never been a coach. You would have never been a coach. You wouldn't have gotten back into art. We've helped so many people in their lives. I mean, just to be able to help people.
And to see like the
and to see the things that have happened. I mean, there's so many things that I'm grateful for because of the move.
Me too. There
are times that, like you said, I miss the lifestyle that we had in Los Angeles sometimes, you know, and the being and surrounded with so many like-minded people in industries
and not
that we
being
were so
afraid to
passionate
like
about.
hold hands in public.
Yeah, there are certain things that I do, you know, I guess mourn about the loss of what we had in LA, but
it's
there's
another grieving.
So many things that I'm grateful for as well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what we're super excited about in life right now. Last time I talked about Ladies of London.
I know. I'm trying to think of what we've been watching on television. Well, I mean, right now at this moment, I'm really excited about the Met Gala. Even though I don't like that it was backed by Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and his wife, like, F them, no thank you. But I did see some really good fashion, and it was fun, and I've been on the phone looking at all the clothes for the last 2 days, and I'm really obsessed with men in leather. Luke Evans, it was fashion and art, and Luke Evans was inspired by Tom of Finland, and Nicholas Hoult, and Patrick Schwarzenegger. Those are my top three boys. So, I mean, if it wasn't so hot in Florida, I would be rocking all the leather. And faux leather because I love animals.
I told you last night that you said something I thought would never come out of your mouth because I became obsessed with Patrick Schwarzenegger in The White Lotus season 3. Mm-hmm. And you were like, hey, I don't like him. I don't think he's cute. You just weren't feeling it. And last night you said, Patrick Schwarzenegger looks so hot. And I was like, I never thought I would hear you say that sentence.
I don't think I'll ever say it again. You look really good. Like last night, you look good.
Okay, what am I super obsessed with right now? I am super obsessed with... I'm really obsessed with what I'm doing right now.
I think that's...
Like, I'm developing a program for...
I think that's like the best answer you could have given.
Yeah, I'm really super obsessed. And I don't want to give too much away because I haven't unveiled it yet.
Give like a little sneak.
So I'm really obsessed with what I'm developing. We have worked together and I started coaching first, then I had you join me. We've done a lot of programs together. I've worked with a lot of people individually. We've worked primarily with women and working up to Mother's Day this weekend. Uh-huh. I just got really inspired to do something. I've been working a lot with nervous system. So we've both been working with nervous system stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been working with aesthetic, design, etiquette as portals into nervous system because etiquette is a way to socially interact in a way that makes you feel safe, which is nervous system work. And so I've turned kind of like the etiquette stuff, the theater background that I have, the acting background that I have, working on camera, knowing how to work on camera, into a program that is specifically geared to help women entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited to unveil that soon. So I think that that's my dopamine hit is the project that I'm working on right now is what's bringing me a lot of fun and joy.
That's amazing. I really need to get on my shit because my dopamine moment is the Met Gala. Oh, come on, Adam. You can do better than that. I should have been like, oh, my art. Oh, this or that. And I actually, my dopamine is Another one is that I am going to start painting a jacket for a new friend of mine that I met, and she's a handler at the equine therapy
Mm-hmm.
of a horse that she lost. And I have only painted one horse in the past, so I'm really hoping that this opens up a lot of doors because horse people are amazing. Horses are amazing. And the Kentucky Derby was amazing. The first female trainer won. The winner of it came from behind to win the whole thing. It was like so just inspirational.
I will share this because I feel weird that my dopamine hit is something I can't really talk about right now. My dopamine hit this week is that we did equine therapy.
Oh, yes.
My horse, Jack, who's so lovely, we learned how to do the horse handshake, and I connected with him. He wasn't really feeling it. He was kind of like your horse, just kind of eating and not paying attention.
Yeah.
But then my handler, Nancy, who's a wonderful lady, pulled him out into the center of the paddock so that he could be not distracted by food. And he smelled me, he liked me, and he basically made out with me for like 2 minutes straight. He gave me so many kisses. My beard was sopping wet, and horse kisses are amazing. I never knew that a horse kiss could be so pleasurable.
I was so jealous, but I had to like hold space for you and be like, I'm so happy for you. My grumpy old man with no teeth didn't care.
Sorry that my dopamine...
Your dopamine made me crash. It was one of my spills.
So I'm really excited about next week's episode for everybody. You have to tune in, people, because one of our very good friends from Los Angeles, who then moved to Asheville because we lived in Asheville for a minute, is an astrologer, and she's going to be joining us on episode 3 to talk all things astrology and birth chart.
So fun.
She's so fun. She is like one of the people, one of our friends from Los Angeles that we have stayed in contact with. Like,
I would say she's one of our best friends, but really she's like our little sister.
She's like family.
She's family. Like she's blood. Yeah. Like I love her. And she came to visit, and we just sat and watched reality television. And that's when you know you love someone, when you don't have to like show them around. Like I'm very much of like the kind of person that like everything has to be perfect. I'll come get you a glass, and I'll refill your drink. I'll do this. Like I'm a hostess with the mostest. And with her, we pulled the air mattress in the living room, watched reality television, and ate like junk food.
Yeah,
it was the best night I had in all of 2025, I think.
Yeah,
because I was going through so much, like physical wise.
So next week we are going to be having our very good friend, astrologer Sarah Samuel.
Yay!
And please come back and listen. That one's going to be a fun one. And I had fun today.
I had fun today too.
And despite the fact that it was kind of a wah, you know, kind of a deep thing, but hopefully somebody out there can relate to the story and know that
it gets better.
That, you know, we journey through things that aren't great sometimes. And on the other end of that is something to look forward to.
Aww.
I love you.
I love you. Anyway, back to us.
Next week is going to be fun.
Okay.
Hope you enjoyed.
I'm excited.
Me too.